Dave Broadworth with Legendary Real Estate. And I just want to go through the housing market, the way it sits. And we're in August of 2020 right now. And it's been a crazy year. You got to admit that. I mean, we've had lockdowns. We've had the pandemic with coronavirus. We had peaceful protests that have turned into rioting and all this crazy stuff. Well, what's going on in the housing market? It's insane. It really is. In March, when things started locking down, the bottom just fell out. Everything stopped. There weren't any houses listed. It was really eerie, you know. And so then things started settling down a little bit. And now you look at the housing market, and I'm just going to show you numbers today from Fenton and Linden, and it's amazing. It's almost like we're at a normal pace. We still have a little bit tight of inventory, but let's take a look at the numbers.
So this is the count of sales by month. The light green line here is 2020. The maroon line up here would be 2019 with the bluish line 2018, and then the darker green is 2017. Now, as I was saying, back in April and May, the bottom just fell out with the lockdown and everything. And in April, things were just getting started. We had about 42 closings, but those would have already been in effect when the lockdown came about. And then it dropped down to less than 30 homes in the month of May. June had a comeback up probably around close to 90 houses. And then look at this, in the month of July, about 110 houses. Just amazing what's happened here. Ends over here is July 2020, but starts way back here in January of 2018. Now, unfortunately, I've only got this in a bar graph. I'd prefer to have it in lines like the last slide. However, look what we have. It's usually a little bit slow the beginning of the year. Summer really gets going with active sales, and that's always the cycle here. And what you're looking at is when it comes down here into 2020, same thing. We're starting out low, and we're kind of getting up. We didn't have as many in April, but that's because the lockdown was in effect. But we had probably about 175, 180 active listings in April. And then it's kind of slowed down. But if you looked at what I was telling you with the sales for each month, what you're putting on the market is selling as long as it's priced right. That's something to look at. Low inventory, it's still good for sellers. Sales price trend. Now, ends up with July of 2020 and starts off way back in January 2010. But look at this. It's always up and down. Depends on the time of year and what's going on. We're always getting fluctuations. But look how it's gone. I mean, here we go in 2019. We hit highs and it just stayed up pretty good. There was a low month. But then here we go into January of 2020, and it kind of goes down. The houses weren't selling. Lower price houses still getting some deals. And then the last couple months, look, it's back up. We're almost back up to where we were back in 2019. The prices of homes in Fenton and Linden are almost at record highs. This is what you need to watch if you're buying and you're selling. The other good thing that goes along with this, if you're buying, record low interest rates. Consider buying, even though it's higher prices, you're getting a better deal on the houses with the lower interest rates.